Hello everyone, it is Shadowzone. We have the new free week champion rotation for League of Legends. This week we have Ashe, Corki, Evelynn, Jarvan, Karma, LeBlanc, Lissandra, Riven, Tarek, and Warwick. As always, going to go down the list in alphabetical order and tell you guys the items you can expect the champions to have, the lane you can expect them to be in, and the general role they fill. So starting off, we've got Ashe, who you'll see primarily built as AD or attack damage. Items such as Blade of the Rune King are pretty good for her. Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge. Those are all pretty standard. The Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster are definitely going to be standards. Most likely a Last Whisper as well. And maybe go for that Phantom Dancer. But Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, standard for her. And you'll primarily be seeing her in the bottom lane filling the role as the ADC. Corki, pretty much same thing as Ashe, except with a Trinity Force mixed in. Trinity Force for Corki is always a good thing because his ultimate has such a short cooldown and he can fire it rapidly. It's a very good item for Corki, especially with his passive. So, yeah. Again, just like Ashe, Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, maybe a Blade of the Rune King, but most likely substitute the Blade of the Rune King for, that Trinity Force, and go from there. But again, just like Ashe, can expect to see him in the bottom lane filling the role as the EDC. Next, we got Evelynn, who I haven't seen all that often recently. I gotta say, she's kind of fallen out of favor. She'll primarily be either the jungle or in the mid lane, being built one of two ways, either one of three ways. AD attack damage, ability power, or hybrid, which is a mix of both. So getting like that Ginsu's Rage Blade, getting, Hex Tech Revolver, or Gunblade rather, that would be considered hybrid. Whereas AP, you're getting Rabadon's Death Cap, maybe a Crystal Scepter. As AD, you're getting stuff like a Static Shiv, you're going to get maybe I want to say, I actually haven't seen Evelynn be played AD all that much. It's usually AP or hybrid. So I couldn't really say. If anybody has played Evelynn as AD, please let me know in the comment section down below what is a good build for her for AD, and I will certainly recommend it to others if you've had some success with it. Obviously, if you just say, oh, this is this, I kind of want to see, proof. So, screenshots or it didn't happen. But, yeah, that's it on my knowledge for Evelynn again. Either the jungle or mid lane. Next, we got Jarvan, who pretty good in the top lane, or pretty good in the jungle. You can go either way with him, like a bisexual. But yeah, either way. Jarvan items you can expect to see on him would be Frozen Mallet, maybe a Sunfire Cape, Randuin's Omen. All are going to be very, very good and standard items for Jarvan. You might see if he's going to go the more tanky route. You might see him go for more, like that Randuin's Omen. Maybe go for, I don't know, the Sunfire Cape, Warmogs, etc. If he's going kind of the Bruiser route, obviously going to be getting a Ravenous Hydra for him at that point. Still going to be getting a Sunfire Cape because it's still good regardless, and that Frozen Mallet. But yeah, also a Black Cleaver is pretty good for Jarvan if you're going that Bruiser route. And again, you can expect to see him either in the top or in the jungle. Next, we got Karma, who can be played either support or as the AP mid. If she's being played either way, you're still going to get AP on her. Just as support, you're going to get items such as, your Runic Bulwark. You're going to get Locket of the Iron Solari. I believe that's still the name of it. You're going to be getting, your Sightstone, your Ruby Sightstone, etc. But you're still going to get some AP like an Athene's Unholy Grail. Whereas if you're playing mid with her, you're going to be getting the Athene's Unholy Grail, Rabadon's Death Cap, maybe get an Abyssal Scepter, etc., etc. And yeah, she's good in either role. So Mox Nix on that one. Next we got LeBlanc and Lissandra, who I'll just go ahead and combine these two. They're pretty much same builds. They differ a little bit to me at least, but overall same same item set for them. Just might get them differently. They do differ a little bit though. So for both LeBlanc and Lissandra, I would recommend a Landry's Torment. Very, very good and potent for both of them, considering how big LeBlanc's burst is. The Landry's Torment with the magic penetration certainly helps, and it does help in a big way, especially if nobody has, magic resist, glyphs, quintessences, seals, whatever, and they're just kind of going with whatever they happen to get from their team or their champion gets in general, or maybe that little bit from like mercenary treads. So it helps. What else? Rabadon's Death Cap, gonna be standard. Zani's Hourglass, pretty much standard. And then it kind of stops there with the similarities. Lissandra, you're more gonna want to get Rod of Ages, and I personally prefer Rod of Ages and getting a Tear of the Goddess, turning that into an Archangel Staff. That's again for Lissandra. For LeBlanc, you can go for Deathfire Grasp. You can go for an Abyssal Scepter, which again kind of shares that with Lissandra, but it's kind of personal preference at that choice, or at that point. But again, items that are going to be similar: the Rabadon's Death Cap, Zania's Hourglass, and Landry's Torment. Other than that, it's kind of personal preference. Again, for Lissandra, I personally prefer going a little more survivability with that Rod of Ages, with the health and the mana you'll get from that going into that Seraph's Embrace that you'd get from Tears of the Goddess. That mana shield does help and help you survive. But yeah, you can expect to see them mostly played in the mid lane. Riven. She is good in the top, she's good in the jungle. Either way, you're going to be building items such as Ravenous Hydra. You're going to be going for maybe the Black Cleaver. I would certainly say Last Whisper is not out of the question at all. Probably going to be another one that's staple for her. Maybe get a Bloodthirster. A Sunfire Cape would not go amiss on her, or Randuin's Omen just for that slow that she kind of needs in certain situations, or just the survivability that she'll need, again, in certain situations. Other than that, Last Whisper is going to be pretty good for Riven. She's tanky without necessarily needing to build tanky, but if you're going to go the tanky route, you're going to want tanky items. A Frozen Mount actually doesn't go amiss on Riven either, just for the simple fact of, hey, look, it's another slow, gives you health, gives you attack damage. All things that a bruiser wants if they want to survive. And again, good in the top or in the jungle. Next we got Taric, who you'll probably be seeing played support 99 out of 100 times. And you'll be seeing items such as maybe getting a Iceborne Gauntlet for him. That's actually not unheard of. I tend to get that a lot on Taric now, just because it's so funny to watch people cry about Taric having a slow. But yeah, Iceborne Gauntlet, pretty good for him. You're going to be getting maybe a Frozen Heart. That's going to be good for you. And then your general support items, that Runic Bulwark. You're going to be getting that Face of the Mountain. Going to be getting Sightstone, Ruby Sightstone, etc., etc. But he's more on the tanky side of support. Not like Braun, or to a greater effect, Leona, but still pretty tanky in his own right, and he can heal. And he's got a pretty decent stun. So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah, primarily played as support in the bottom lane. And last but not least, we have Warwick, who I've generally only seen played in the jungle now since, halfway through Season 1. So, Warwick, you'll probably be seeing played jungle. Might be seeing him top. He does pretty decently top, and you'll be seeing him build items such as Blade of the Ruin King. Well, actually, that's, if you're going to be going full blown, I don't care, I'm not helping my team. If you're going to be going the standard Wick, you're going to be building Wit's End, you're going to be building Sunfire Cape, Frozen Mallet, stuff to help you survive, deal some damage, but not necessarily kill someone. That Magic Shred from the Wit's End is going to help your Sunfire Cape, and it's going to help your passive. So, there's that. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty standard from there on out. Again, Frozen Mallet, Sunfire Cape, you're going to get Wit's End. What else is pretty standard for Warwick? I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. Maybe just get some AD, like getting a Black Cleaver just due to your ultimate wouldn't be bad. Help out your ADC at that point. Or, get a Last Whisper for yourself as well. But, yeah, you're going to be pretty tanky overall with the ability to actually dish out damage at the same time without needing items, just from your attack speed alone. But, yeah, guys, that's it. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. My name has been Shadowswelm. If you like the free week champion rotation, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. All of that shiz. Yeah, all that shiz. And as always, I will talk to you all next time.